sometimes you wonder, when having a disagreement or dispute, can both parties be wrong? Can both parties be wrong when there's a dispute or a disagreement? A disturbing news is that both the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, and the federal government may be heading for another showdown over an acceptable salary payment platform, as well as the constitution of new governing councils for universities. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, dropped the hint while addressing newsmen after the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting. Recall that whereas the government insisted on the Integrated Personnel Payment System, IPPIS, ASUU stuck to the University Transparency and Accountability Solution, UTAS. Now, these problems are man-made and can only be solved by us. Dr.
In all of this, the first thing is to appeal to ASUU not to go on strike.
Not to
go on strike. They should sit down and sort this out. What ASUU did to us when they went on that first strike, we may not recover from it in another 40 years.
Wow.
I learned some universities still have 3 sets of students they are yet to take in. Because we recollect that they went on strike, COVID came, and then another strike.
The semester overlapped?
Overlapped.
Yeah.
So some students are home now who should have been in school about a year, 2 years ago. They are still home.
Okay.
And a lot of Nigerians, as we know, can't afford to put their kids in private university. It's killing now because you are holding piles of naira, but there's very little you can do with it. Because over time, what we have done to ourselves is we increase costs. When we get better, we are unable to bring it down. I don't see any private university now that will say, okay, because at the time that naira was this, we took it to 1.5 million, now naira is back, let's do 700,000. I doubt if that will ever happen. The only way this can happen is when we have functional and always running public universities where parents have enough confidence that if I send my child here, a 5-year course would be 5 years. So my first appeal is ASUU should please not take that first option, which they always take.
We can't afford that.
We can't afford it. They should please not do it.
But particularly, let's look at the two payment systems, IPPIS and UTAS.
You know, sometimes I look at what manner of people go into government. Sometimes I get baffled.
Maybe because we are not there.
Yes, because it's not there.
Because if you really study the IPPIS that the government keeps talking about, that see if it is a foolproof, it is excellent, there's nothing like this. No!
Okay.
It is fraught with so many abnormalities. Now, it's not meant for the academic environment. The peculiarities of the academic environment, IPPIS cannot capture it. Some people will go on sabbatical, some people will go on visiting professorship, and so many people resign, and you need to bring another set of people in, and now. So,
what about UTAS?
UTAS was developed by ASUU and submitted
in comparison to
this. They presented the loopholes in IPPIS and developed, they are experts.
And you think UTAS is foolproof?
The government applauded it, but they said they didn't want to use it.
But the government also spotted loopholes in UTAS.
Yeah, is there anything that is totally
Exactly. Nothing is totally.
The peculiarities of the university environment are captured.
Okay.
The ASUU will not pay itself. It's the federal government that pays the workers. So from your end, if there's anything, the paying authority will know. You get what I'm saying? But while returning to the same issue after several years, believe me, it's still something that is baffling me. When you say you cancel this, that you do, your academic environment will say, thank God, thank God. But now you are back into the same, problem. So what have we really gained in this discourse? We debated, discussed, and over the years we are still stuck.
Yeah, Dr.
So
let's
that is number one.
Yeah.
Because the grievances there are many, but majorly two.
Yeah.
Governing councils.
Governing councils of universities.
The government dissolved governing councils of universities, polytechnics,
Colleges of education.
Not all of them, but virtually all of them.
Federal universities.
And for about 1 year, government didn't replace.
Yeah, but
and throughout the 1 year, if you go to the universities, polytechnics, many of them are unable to function because you cannot recruit, you can't do major contract. The business of running the university was totally almost dead.
Yeah, Dr. But the Minister of Education is saying government is ready.
Government is ready. It has appointed now. But the big question which ASUU is raising now is, why are you going the illegal route by replacing boards that did not complete their tenure? I don't have, because we are used to this Nigerian style of doing things, I don't have any problem with appointment. But ASUU raised a very fundamental question.
Can we enthrone a system?
A system that it is not when a government comes in that it must dissolve all boards. It's wrong. It is very, very wrong. These people have tenure of 4 years.
You mean the governing council?
The governing councils. Yes. Let me use an example of one that we are still battling. The NNPC board that was headed by Senator Ifeanyi Ararume. It was dissolved. The man went to court. He won a court case. In between that thing, in between the litigation, government went and appointed another board. Another chairman for that board. There is nothing that says we cannot afford as a country to do things the right way, no matter the justification.
Yusuf, you think some of these things that happen in my country, your country, you think they are deliberate?
Of course. They are not,
really?
These are not problems from God. These are man-created problems. Look, you see, there are a lot of abnormal things, by the way we run this country, and we seem to want to normalize these abnormalities. Look at the other day, there was a man who was doing marvelously well, a federal consumer something FCC
protection.
Yeah. At a time, that man just courageous, bold, won 100, if I remember, and $10 million, against BAT, if I remember. You will see a lot of trade, everything. Just a week or two after winning that, it was announced that he's being
removed,
dismissed. Before people like Falana and others had to come on board to say, that's illegal. That he has fixed it, and that now it was Bayonenugu and Kulu now had to correct that no, because he didn't commit any crime, he didn't set up anything, that the government just removed him and appointed another person. And this also is tenured office.
Okay. Gentlemen, I hear we must apply the brakes here. So, Dr. Oladipo, I want to thank you very kindly for your time.
Thank you so much, Citizen.
No less so, Adekunle Yusuf. Many thanks for your time too.
I'm always glad to come.
Well, folks, I'm told by the backroom boys that's about it on the show today. But if you missed any part of it, not to worry. There's a repeat broadcast later tonight at 11, so join us then. But on Sunday, we expand the field for you from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30. And again, we are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye now. Take care.